This... Oh, this item. Oh my god, look at it. It's perfect. This is a perfect item. Hey, Mac here. Just want to step in real quick just to thank GZ again for letting us showcase all of this amazing gear that he had. We went back and recalculated, and something close to 300 high runes worth of items are showcased here. Let me know in the comments below which item absolutely blew your mind. I know that there are a couple here that I was really hard pressed not to try to steal from the dude. Also, if you wouldn't mind considering hitting the subscribe button, I don't even need you to hit the bell, but like leaving a like on the video would be really appreciated, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Alright, so what are we doing here? You'll see I have a lot of gear on me, and some of it looks pretty insane. We have a lot of gear on us. What are we doing here today? So, for people who don't necessarily have all the context for the 99 grind at the beginning of the first season, while I was pushing 99, me and GZ were in a race. After that point, we actually got GZ into our group and we pushed him to 99 for the 3rd place. He has been farming and pushing to see what's the strongest Holy Bolt build you can have in Season 1. So what you see is our stats for the end of me pushing. And the Mercenary's Gear is just an Eth-Obedience, garbage G-Face, Leviathan for PDR, some garbage Laying of Hands, garbage Nosferatus, and then some Gore Riders we didn't slam. So that's our gear. So remember, we're 49 to 54. We have a level 48 Holy Bolt. Our res is maxed. We have just shy of 2,000 hit points. And what we're going to do is we're going to show off GZ's, for all intents and purposes, perfect set of gear. Because it's absolutely buck wild. So the first really noticeable change is GZ has a 3 skills, beautiful Eth Call to Arms combo here, right? With a 6 battle orders, 4 battle command. Obviously that can get a little bit higher, but 6 battle command really doesn't change between 6 and 4 here. Then we start getting into just how much stronger his gear is than ours, right? So you have a Hand of Blessed Light that slammed with 10 FCR, then Larzik's Puzzle Box with 2 sockets, and you see that he has faster hit recovery in here. It also slammed with lightning skill damage, which is bananas. One of the only problems that you run into in maps is that there are magic immunes, so you have to switch over to to Fist of Heavens. So the 10 FCR lightning skill damage slam here is probably the best slam that you could put. And since you can't get +1 to skill and also like lightning skill damage or anything like that, I think this is probably what I would put on this if I was trying to build the perfect Hand of Blessed Light. It looks like there was a yellow hit recovery charm, had Dex and Energy, and then another one of the charms had cold resistance, which is pretty cool. So this is like the first big upgrade. We have FCR and lightning skill damage on the Hand of Blessed Light. So that's huge. Right off the bat, that's huge. We have pretty comparable Mage Fist, so he's running a 28 Mage Fist, I'm running a 27 Mage Fist. The difference between these two here is what kind of slam you need to get up to the 125 breakpoint. Right, so let's swap out to better Mage Fist. He has a 29 FCR Arachnid Mesh. I only have a 19, so there's 10 FCR right there. There's a little bit of history behind this amulet. There has been, I think, like 2 or 3 220 Paladin amulets with +1 skills on it. Nobody is selling them. You can't buy one of these right now. The people who bought them are using them on their Paladins. And nobody is getting 220 with good stats and then a +1 slam. GZ has been buying every 220 amulet on the market and slamming it, and has yet to get a +1 to skill. So at this point, the only way this could be better is if it had +1 skill on it. But this is a huge upgrade from ours, since ours is only combat skills. I accepted this. This was a 220 and it helped Holy Bolt. At least this one also helps your Salvation Aura, which is obviously strictly stronger, right? But I gave up at this point. We could not find 220 Paladin amulets to save our life during the grind. So that's already a huge improvement there. 10 FCR Stone of Jordan, 10 SCR Wisp. They're so beautiful. It also helps that it's a perfect Wisp, except for the Barbs and Wolverine, but obviously on the Paladin, you don't care about Barbs and Wolverine. But 6 Light Absorb, 12 Magic Find, literally a perfect Wisp for us. And then, you don't really care about mana and increased maximum mana on the Stone of Jordan for Paladin. You might care about it on an ES Sorceress, but a 10 FCR Stone of Jordan is absolutely bonkers. Tier Haunch with Can't Be Frozen. The amount of Tier Haunch that I've slammed during this season is incalculable. But Tier Haunch is obviously best in slot. I think nobody really argues with that at this point. But with the Can't Be Frozen slam on it, that's just absolutely beautiful. We need to swap over to Charms. So you'll see that most of my Charms are kind of like in the 20 to 30ish range, and I have a 39. All of these are high 30s or 40s, right? Like, absolutely beautiful Charms. And a 45. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, the 45 PCOM. Let's go. So beautiful. Let's look at small Charms. So a similar distribution of small Charms here. I'm going to swap out to all of his just because I want to keep everything clean. So now we have that. One of the really, really big changes here is this. Oh, this diadem. Oh my god, look at it. It's perfect. This is a perfect item. So it's a 220 diadem that rolled all res, strength and dex, telekinesis, which is actually huge. Telekinesis is actually super huge. Using telekinesis makes you so much more efficient on a character who is not the sorceress. It's I don't think people understand just how much time save you get with telekinesis. Telekinesis means you could be doing LK runs like a sorceress. Especially for another piece of gear that we're going to swap over to. This thing is actually ridiculous. Oh, like look at mine. I have a 220 witch strength. It has some other benefits, right? I puzzle boxed this for 1 socket. And nobody would argue with this. This was a couple high runes at the time. To get a 220 that had strength, this was a couple high runes for us. Look at this thing. This is disgusting. If all I did was put this onto my character and showed this during one of my videos, I would never get a bad comment on it. Nobody would ever question the rest of my gear. They'd be like, you're right, you have that diadem. So that's absolutely nutso, right? Another big change here, again, since we have Can't Be Frozen here, and we're also getting additional FCR from the slams here, we get to use Enigma. Oh, can we talk about his Herald of Zakarum? Now I see that rare jewel in there. So we have another rare hit recovery jewel, it looks like. So this is +1 all skills, 2 sockets, right? Ours has regen mana on it and no sockets in it. Why would I feel the need to mention... If you don't... I'm sorry, let me back up. Enigma also gives you Blink, which is strictly better than Teleport. So now you don't have to use a Naj's Puzzler on swap. We ice-slammed 3 or 4 Hazes during the grind, and the best I got was regen mana. You know how angry I am? So I think that's all of our primary gear swapped out. All of our charms swapped out. And then another really big piece to this. Oh, and by the way, he has another full set of all this gear, but for magic finding. So he's got a 16, 19, 20 with 8 experience Annie. Sure, why not? And then a 57, 18 all-res perfect light radius torch. Yes! Oh! Perfect light radius, boys! Now, the other big piece, or the other big change is Mercenary Gear. So we're going to start at Reaper's Toll. 443 153 ED at the Reaper's Toll. 5 sockets. IAS. This is bonkers, right? So let's say it rolled perfect, so 290. So we have 153 ED on it. I assume it was on perfect roll. I assume it was a pretty high roll. Plus 57 to maximum damage, boys. Look at this G-face. Look at this G-face. Oh. Oh. 45 IAS, 105 ED. Now, before anybody comes at me about being able to do basic math, yes, I understand. You could have 120 ED there. You go fucking find the 15 IAS 40 ED jewels that people haven't used. Also, they're all blue. If you can see it in the background, they're all blue. I like that touch. That's very pretty. I like the all blue. So this is a little bit of an upgrade. A little bit of an upgrade over our Merc. You know, 1300 damage, top end. Pretty good. We have Draculs with an IAS slam. Absolutely beautiful. We have Goblin Toes with Can't Be Frozen. I didn't even look at these before. Goblin Toes with Can't Be Frozen. Big ED, right? Decent roll on ED. Near perfect on Crushing Blow. You gotta up these. We gotta get these upgraded. Are we upgrading it? Drop mats for upgrade? Hold on. We gotta up them. There we go. GZ gets it. He's very proud of this. I mean, he should be. This is absolutely... There we go. That's that good. Mirrored boots for the boy. Beautiful. Mirrored boot Goblin Toes. Absolutely. 10 IAS on a string of ears. Absolutely bonkers, right? Just bonkers. So we have Templar's Might. Perfect Might roll. 3 socket Corruption. We put 45 IAS and 113 ED into this thing. Absolutely bonkers insane. Look at this thing. So your base IAS, and people can't see this, let me type this out. So your base IAS is 75 IAS. It's 4.5 attack duration tick. That means you're getting 4.54 attacks per second. And this is on an Act 2 Mercenary, right, with Jab. He gets his Mercenary to 142 IAS, 4 attack duration, ticks, 5 attacks per second. Getting your IAS that high, sure you're getting basically 1 more attack per second, or 1 more attack per 2 seconds, but that's huge damage when we're talking about a Might Aura, Eth Reaper's Toll, perfect gear, huge ED Mercenary, right? And then we have Templar's Might. Quick 2700 damage bump. 2700 damage. This is an Act 2 Mercenary. Here, let's show this off right here. Mercenary damage, pretty good. Pretty good on the Mercenary damage, right? We're up to 2600 life. We have a level 53 Holy Bolt. Level 53 Holy Bolt. It's plus 33 skills, boys. Holy Nova, 4k damage. Fist of Heavens, I need to put on Salvation. Fist of Heavens, 10k damage. 10k damage. Alright, so if we look, we're at the 48 breakpoint, a little bit higher than ours, considering we were at the 15 breakpoint before. 125 FCR. Obviously, oh my god, defense is through the roof. Chance to block, obviously, is maxed out. Holy Bolt damage, 5600 to 62.500. If I shotgun this, I'm doing 18,000 damage. 18,000 damage. That's a 3,000 damage upgrade from our gear. And we get teleport, boys. Who doesn't love teleport? Dude, this gear is bananas. Actually bananas. 9.6k top, 9.7k top end. At the Reaper's Toll, that's without amp damage on it. How do you ever go back? I don't know. I don't know how we go back. I honestly don't know how we go back. I don't know. If I just save and exit right now and block GZ on Twitch, I think we could get away with it. I do have to delete the VOD. That's the only issue. I have to delete the VOD so Senpai can't see it. Let's respec. Let's respec. Let's respec. So I can show off the real majesty. We're just so fast in town. I'm not used to having Enigma and that high level of a Vigor Aura. So we end up with 2,800 hit points, right? Okay, so we also have a Magic Find setup. We have a double isted, +3 all skills Shaco. So right off the bat, that's already bonkers, right? +3 Shaco, 2 sockets in it, double ist. We have 100 Magic Find on it. Hand of Blessed Light that we have. This one's really, really pretty. So it's a perfect roll on Holy Bolt. It then corrupts with 4 sockets, and we have 4 ists in it. It's also ethereal, which is just pimp. Now, obviously, the way that I play, I would have to change up a little bit because I do charge around a lot. You wouldn't want to charge with this. You wouldn't want to joust with this, right? So you're going to be relying on Enigma a little bit more. But the ethereal Hand of Blessed Light, now that's sexy. We have Can't Be Frozen on 47 War Travs. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. We have a 2,854 MF corruption on the amulet. So this thing rolled something like, probably rolled 24 Magic Find on the base one, and then corrupted for 30, I assume. 52 MF on the Nagel Ring. Very nice, very beautiful. So the Hawes was a 3-socket corruption with 3 ists in it. 37 Geats, right, with 14 Vendor. So on Magic Find setup, we have 50 points in Holy Bolt, right? So this is plus 30. We're still doing 52 to 5,700. So in a shotgun, that's dealing 17,000 damage. Resistances without Salvation up are a little bit more sketch on this. That's to be expected. You know, we're using Enigma, and a big piece of the Enigma is the strength. So we can keep wearing all of the gear, right? So that, like, we basically don't need to have stuff in here. Without this on, obviously everything goes real red real fast. Again, max block. Res is good with Salvation. You can use Vigor if you're feeling a little impish, which I might use on a build like this. Magic Find on this build is 553 Magic Find, so that is definitely nothing to sneeze at, considering how many plus to skills we get to keep running, right? I wanted to show all this off because, one, this is a passion project, right? I think if you watch like the Solo Ubers video, or you watch the, you know, tier 1 through 3 map clearing videos, your gear, the gear that I started with, is good enough to do those things. But everybody's always talking about, what if you had the best gear on? What if you had, you know, what if you had this? What if you had that? What if you added this? What if these were your stats? And GZ went through and answered all of those questions. He is missing 1+1 skills because the amulet doesn't exist in the game for sale. Everything else is literally the best gear you can be wearing, except for a roll here or there. Thank you so much, GZ, for letting us showcase all of this. Honestly, this was... I didn't know these numbers got this high. Yeah, much love to GZ. Going back to my pitiful gear is so sad. Yeah, so GZ, how much would you say the total build costs? Because I know we were talking about your mercenary being like 50 high runes or something crazy. Yeah, so that circlet I was showing you all was 25 high runes. Just to buy the circlet. Inventory, so inventory is 30 high runes. Circlet, so we're at 55. 50 for the mercs, we're at 105. 10 high runes for the arachnid mesh. Weapon is 8 high runes, so now we're up to, call that 20. So we're at 125 high runes. Rings, we're at 145 high runes. Yeah, the MF gear, and like the MF gear, like the +3 2-socket Shaco with 2 ists in it, 4 ists in a good hobble, Eth hobble as well. 3 ists in another Hawes. Like, I'll take all that. Call it another somewhere like 30-ish, maybe 50. Well, you also have the 54 MF 2 Pally amulet, which I don't even know how you price that. Maybe 5 high runes? Oh, the 47 Magic Find can't be frozen. War Travs, that is right. This is an over 200 high rune build in total. Over 200 high runes to buy this stuff. And we're not talking about like at the beginning of the ladder when everything is super overpriced. You know, we were talking after the 99 grind.